Have you been battling a slice for weeks, months, or even years? Well, there's a couple of reasons why it's really difficult to fix that slice. We're going to cover those in this video. More importantly, tell you exactly what you need to do to start hitting the ball straighter. So in order for us to understand exactly why you might be struggling fixing that slice and why you might have had inconsistent results when you've tried to fix it, we're going to start by using a putter, and it's going to help us understand a little bit more about what's happening at impact, and then kind of more importantly what we need to do in order to fix it. It's all about creating the right balance, and if you get the wrong balance, you're going to get really poor shots, and then you're just going to revert back to what you've always done. So let's say I've got my ball here, I'm going to use my putter, and this is my target. Now, what is a slice? A slice is generally an out to in swing with an open club face. That's what creates the slice. So if I was to replicate that with my putter, it would be a putter which moves in this direction. So it's moving from sort of outside the line to inside the line, clearly left of this alignment stick. And then for me to get the ball to finish anywhere near that alignment stick, I'm going to have to quite severely open the face. So I'm going to swing out to in with an open face. Now, if I do that, and I do that consistently, there's the face being open, I might be able to get the ball to go about straight. And you may well have, struggled with the slice, but also hit, shots that finish in the fairway. Obviously, this is a putter, it's at low speed. Once you start to have a driver with higher speed, then you're going to get lots more curve. But you can see how I'm swinging to the left, and I've got the club face open. So there's two kind of faults there. But if they balance each other out, I might be able to hit some half decent shots, but it's not going to be consistent. So what tends to happen when we try and fix a slice? Well, for many golfers, and you might be one of these, you haven't got a lot of time to practice. You don't have a lot of time to work on drills. So you kind of want simple things that you can focus on. So let's say one of your playing partners has said to you, your face is open. They are probably correct, your face is open. So what happens when you try and rectify that? Well, you swing the putter, in this case, to the left of your target, but you don't open the club face. Well, suddenly the ball's going now extremely far left. So what you've done is you've fixed the club face is no longer open, but you're still swinging across to the left. So now you're hitting shots which go straight left into the trees. It's not much better. Or what about if you've watched a video and you believe that your slice is coming from an out to in swing? Well, again, you'd be correct. So what happens if you start to change that and you start to swing that putter straighter? Well, the face is still going to want to be opening. And again, you're going to hit the ball even further right. So if you are a slicer of the golf ball, if you've ever worked on club path or club face, you're not going to get great results. Because unfortunately, the only way that we can fix our slice is to actually work both of those together. We have to get the golf club traveling straighter, and we have to get the club face being less open. The two have to work together. If you only work on one, you're not going to get great results. And what happens when you don't get great results? You go on the course, you hit bad shots, your confidence goes, and you just go back to what you were doing because you've at least got some sort of predictability over that ball flight. So the key thing here is making two changes to your golf swing. And that's difficult because it does take a little bit more time, a little bit more effort, and almost a little bit more kind of brain capacity to try and work those two things in, but they are incredibly important to do. So here's a little practice station which you can set up to help you work on both of those things the next time you practice. So here's a drill that you can work on if you want to work on both those things. I've got an alignment stick in the ground at a very shallow angle. You can see that it's probably some 3 feet behind my golf ball and just above the golf ball. That's going to be to help with our club path. Let's go through that first. If I take and address this golf ball down towards the clubhouse in the distance, just watch what happens if I make a movement which is an over the top and out to win. Well, you can see that my club is clearly going to make contact with the alignment stick as I do that. If I do swing out to the wind over the top, I'm going to get some feedback from that alignment stick. For me to miss that alignment stick, I need a couple of things to happen. I need the club head to probably work down to the ground a little bit earlier in that downswing, and I need to keep that club head a little bit more behind my hands as I do that. If I get the club working down to the ground a little more and behind my hands, I'm pretty able to swing through comfortably without hitting the alignment stick, take the ball and go all the way through into my finished position. This is what we call a constraints drill. I'd almost guarantee that just putting that there would help you, because you're going to be very aware of it and you're going to make some movements to make sure you miss it, and those movements are going to be more what we tend to want. If you find that that's a little bit difficult, then absolutely just break it down and just start to go a little slower and maybe pause at this point in the swing here and then go ahead and hit through. I like these kind of drills because if I do this correctly, I won't hit the alignment stick. And what that means is I've made the right golf swing, I've made a much better movement, yet the alignment stick hasn't done it for me. It's not been in contact with me, it's not pushed me or pulled me or moved me, you know, without me doing it. It's all to do with me if I've missed the alignment stick. It's just there as a bit of a guide and a constraint. That's the key thing. The next thing I want you to do is take a peg and you're just going to pop it into the back of your glove, and you should be able to just secure it behind sort of the Velcro here, and that's going to represent where my back of my hand is. Now, what I'd love you to do in the downswing is I would love you to feel like the tee points further away from your forearm. So you can see my forearm, there's the tee. This would be pointing more towards my forearm, and clearly this would be pointing more away from my forearm. So this would be neutral. In the downswing, we're going to point it away from the forearm. Now what that's going to do, if I put the club out in front of me, the more I move it away, you can see how it points the club face more down. So as we move the tee away from the forearm, that strengthens the face, or it closes the face. That, coupled with the club moving through, not hitting the alignment stick, is doing the two things that we absolutely need. It's controlling my face and it's controlling my path. I'm not going to hit this one, but let me just show you what that would actually look like. So I'm going to take my address up to the top. I feel like I move the tee away from my forearm, and I would feel like I move the club into the ball without hitting the alignment stick. Now, if I do those two things to the extremes, almost more than I need to, I'm actually going to get the opposite. I'm going to get balls which move right to left, and I might even get some draws or even some hook shots. In practice, that's absolutely fine, because practice initially isn't the time to hit perfect shots. It's to train new movements, it's to get comfortable with those new movements and to understand those new movements. So if you can start to produce some shots which move right to left through the two things that we're working on, absolutely brilliant. That's exactly what we need. So let's go ahead and see if I can actually do that. See if I can get this ball moving a little bit more right to left through the air. So I'm going to go up, I'm going to rehearse it first. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can do that. Big right to left. And you can see that I missed the alignment stick. I definitely felt that tee moving up that way, which is what closed the face. That there would be an absolutely brilliant shot for me to hit in practice. Like we said a moment ago, that's not perfect. That's actually not much use on the golf course, but your first few practice sessions are not to hit booming, beautiful shots. They're to train new movements and to see different things happening in the ball flight, which tells you there's different things happening in your golf swing. We can then start to progress that. We can start to add the speed. Generally, as you add speed, the movements that you've done will become less extreme, the ball flights will become less extreme, and then you're going to have to start to regulate exactly how much of those things you need to hit the ball straight, but we're starting you on the right path. So if you've struggled with a slice and you've tried to fix it and you've hit them left and you hit them right, hopefully that video will explain a little bit as to why you have to change those two things. That's the only way you're going to take your slice, bring it straighter, hit more greens, hit more fairways, and that is how you're going to lower your scores. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff is down below. There's a comments box down there. There's a like button. We'd love to hear your thoughts and your comments. Also a thumbs up if you did like the video. And click that little button. I would love you to be a subscriber to the channel. I really believe these videos can help you play some better golf and reach your goals this year. Thanks for watching.